Adult film star Stormy Daniels testified today in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial, so Trump technically slept with her again.
We had been looking forward to this day for weeks. Stormy Daniels detailed the most unpleasant aspects of her connection with Trump during her appearance in court this week.
While testifying in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial, adult film star Stormy Daniels said that in phone calls after her sexual encounter with Trump in 2006, he would always call her honey bun.
Much as we didn't think it was plausible in his case, her testimony truly puts Trump in much more danger, situated only meters from Donald Trump. Stormy Daniels testified on Tuesday in the former president's hush money trial about an alleged 2006 encounter that resulted in her being paid for her silence during the presidential campaign. However, 10 years later, not everyone is interested in Daniels' testimony for financial reasons. Stephen Colby needs to temper your expectations a little because everyone wants to know the juicy facts from their personal sessions. We all know the complete story, including all of the juicy details from other sources. Even though Stormy had to be careful what she said in court, she was never one to hold back. In her book Full Disclosure, she goes into gruesomely vivid detail about her interactions with Trump. She claims that Trump's penis is smaller than normal, but not abnormally so, which should be enough of a compliment. That's probably the best he can hope for. She did not stop there, though. I lay there annoyed that I was being banged by a guy with Yeti pubes and a dick like the mushroom character in Mario Kart, she added, recounting the scene in even greater detail. Even though it was the least exciting sex I'd ever experienced, it was clear that he didn't think the same way. Stormy Daniels chose a mushroom because she thought it best represented President Trump's garbage. And on Jimmy Kimmel Live, she took her depiction of the president's penis to a whole new, uncomfortable and hilarious level.
In his boxer shorts and a t-shirt, she'd been planning to go. She said he was seated on the bed between her and the exit. That Trump used to call Stormy honey bunch, which interestingly is also a term Melania would use at Mar-a-Lago, as in honey bunch of FBI agents out there.
Since then, jokes have been made about Trump's toadstool-like penis, which has adopted the shape of a mushroom. Kimmel subsequently questioned his guest about another notorious incident from their alleged meeting.
For that, you can go to our YouTube channel and type in Trump mushroom penis Stormy Daniels. Has 18 million views, you'll love it, but...
One of the prosecutors told Judge Juan Merchan that Daniels will not describe Trump's genitalia because it would violate the gag order.
Trump struck her with a magazine cover featuring him. The most astonishing aspect of it all is that Stormy is the most credible witness because everything she says exactly fits Trump's version of what happened, 100% of the time. The jurors looked to be most engaged during Daniels' testimony when she offered a lengthy, oftentimes explicit description of the meeting. He says he never had a sexual relationship with her. Trump agreed that it was remarkable that she had all of that stuff. When Daniels entered the courtroom, Trump gazed straight ahead, would later grumble to his attorneys and shake his head when she testified, most likely about the size of his penis at the time. To avoid giving his lawyer the erroneous idea, he must have explained that it is not so small. Daniels revealed every detail, including the furnishings and carpeting in Trump's hotel room and the things in his bathroom.
Stormy also recounted how she rummaged through Trump's toiletry bag, where she found Old Spice deodorant and a bottle of Pert Plus.
Stormy Daniel claims she emerged from the restroom to find Trump in the bedroom, dressed in boxer shorts and a t-shirt she had planned to wear. During her witness testimony, Daniels allegedly elevated her leg and waved her hand to recreate the scene in which he claims Trump posed for her on his hotel bed while only wearing his underwear. The testimony was certainly the most anticipated event of the trial, and boy did it live up to the expectation despite the defense's repeated objections, which called for a mistrial due to what they perceived as biased and irrelevant remarks. Daniels went into some salacious information. What is unimportant to one person might be vital to another.
Stormy said their encounter was brief and that Trump did not wear a condom, which is not surprising. He also stared directly into an eclipse. Not exactly a safety-first kind of guy. She said they had sex in the missionary position and that Trump told her she reminded him of his daughter.
We understand that the judge and prosecutors had to hear it in person, but we still want all of the information. They probably didn't think it was as hilarious as we did. However, Daniels' portrayal of certain instances was so detailed that Judge Juan Merchant had to interrupt her several times. Trump's attorneys alleged that Daniels unfairly biased the jury. Attorney Todd Blanche remarked that this is the type of testimony that cannot be retracted. How can we recover from this in a way that is fair to President Trump? In the first incident, the president did not offer hush money. But what can we say? I'm just letting my mind go wild. Judge Merchant, on the other hand, denied the motion for a mistrial, claiming that the defense should have raised more objections during the hearings and that he and the jurors needed to hear these details from the witness, implying that he was not as repulsed by the testimony and may have even found it humorous. However, the judge wisely added that it was best to leave some of Daniels' information unremarkable. The testimony was undoubtedly the most anticipated portion of the trial, and it certainly lived up to the expectation.
The testimony wouldn't involve any descriptions of the former president's genitalia. She said he was seated on the bed between her and the exit, like a traffic cone with nipples or something.
Daniels delivered the juicy material despite the defense's numerous objections, including a move for a mistrial based on what they deemed prejudiced and irrelevant remarks. What is unimportant to one person may be essential to another. We still want all of the information, but we also understand that the judge and prosecutors needed to hear it firsthand. It's probably not as funny for them as it was for us. Judge Juan Machine had to interrupt Daniels numerous times because she described multiple occurrences brutally. Trump's lawyers claimed that Daniels improperly influenced the jury. This is the type of testimony that will make it impossible for attorney Todd Blanche to respond. How can we come back from this in a way that is fair to President Trump, but also reasonable? The president was not paying out hush money in the first place, so what can we say? On the other hand, I am simply allowing my thoughts to roam. Judge Merchant refused the application for a missed trial, citing that more objections from the defense should have been raised during the hearings, and that he and the jury needed to hear these details from the witness. This meant that Judge Mercian was not as disgusted by the testimony, and may even have found it entertaining. The court wisely concluded that it was prudent to disregard some of Daniels' facts. She continued to relate how she continued to maintain in touch with Trump after all of this, and even went to see him at Trump Tower for a short amount of time, despite the fact that their subsequent connection and keeping in touch were just as odd and unpleasant as their previous meeting. Daniels went on to tell how she did so after the encounter in the hotel room. Daniels said she was shaking while getting dressed and made it a point to see Trump in public in the future. We don't know why she agreed to this, because she testified that she was shaking despite having told many people that she had met Trump and visited his hotel room. Daniel indicated that just a few people admitted to having the meeting. This was partly because she felt humiliated. What a surprise. This is a really insulting comment. The courtroom drama unfolds. Stormy Daniels' testimony has clearly delivered on the anticipation surrounding this trial, with vivid descriptions that have caused even the judge to occasionally intervene. Daniels did not hold back in recounting the intimate details of her alleged encounters with Donald Trump, despite the defense's objections. Her story presented a picture that captivated both the courtroom and the public imagination, from Trump's hotel room furniture to the famed magazine cover event. Daniels spared no detail, leaving even experienced attorneys scrambling for objections. Despite the shocking discoveries, Judge Juan Machine's decision to allow the hearing to proceed highlighted the gravity of the proceedings.
Lawyers argued that Stormy's testimony was prejudicial because how's the jury supposed to be fair? Donald Trump made a big deal of the judge not letting him go to Barron's high school graduation, even though the judge never said anything about not letting him go, and actually is letting him go.
Even as he politely warned against concentrating on specifics. However, the good news is that after the trial begins on Thursday, the adult film actress will be summoned back to the witness stand to speak after around 90 minutes of questioning on Tuesday afternoon. Susan Nellis, Trump's attorney, will resume Daniels' testimony.
Now that they've visualized him in the missionary position. How are any of us supposed to move forward from that, really? Well, you're definitely going to believe this. On the day Barron is graduating in Florida, Trump is headlining an event in Minnesota.
That means we will have even more content for you, including more drama and knowledge to share with you.